So, Charlie McIntyre, has the Wire Act reinterpretation shown the need for more lobbying efforts by the state lottery sector?
I mean, certainly the difficulty in lobbying in this case is it's a Justice Department opinion. So it's not really the act of the government elected officials, it's the act of the legal authority. So really, lobbying doesn't come into play. It's more a conversation with them as to their interpretation of the law, but also a action in the court to say, you got it wrong. You just flat out got it wrong. So that's why we filed suit in New Hampshire.
And what are your thoughts on the DOJ claim that the opinion doesn't apply to lotteries?
Well, they said it might not apply to lotteries, and then they said it might apply to lotteries. The weird thing is in 2011, it was actually two lotteries that asked for the opinion, and I always laughed that they'd lose the file because it's been almost 8 years, and they say it may apply, it may not apply. We're not sure yet. And they issued the opinion, well, it wrote it in November, issued it in February. It's now the middle of May. Maybe they could get around to actually saying whether it applies to us or not, because that would help us out a bunch.
And so what stage is the legal process at? Could you give us a bit of an update on what's going on?
Sure, yeah, the arguments were held about a month ago. The judge asked for a further briefing on certain topics, certain issues, and those were submitted in timely. And he said he needed about 30 days of argument in order to rule. And we're about 30 days out. So I'm acting like an expectant father, waiting for a decision.
And then what sort of contingency plans are in place if the judgment goes against you?
Drop back 3 and punt. No. Whenever we see it, we'll decide. Certainly, if it's an adverse ruling, we would appeal it, I would imagine. I will have to obviously seek their approval, the AG's office, our Attorney General, to do that. And then if it's positive, which we hope it is, we hope that's the end of it. We really do. We'd like this to be the final straw. The Wire Act was written in 1961 when the internet didn't exist. Phones were rotary phones. You had switchboards for crying out loud. So to apply a 1961 act to the internet is like applying, aviation standards to the space shuttle. It doesn't make any sense.
And then, just finally, do you feel the New Hampshire Lottery could or should have a stake in the regulated sports betting market?
Well, certainly the current legislature is debating sports betting now, and every version of the bill that exists in play has the New Hampshire Lottery both regulating and operating sports betting. So I would imagine within the next month, it's more than likely that we'll be in the process of engaging vendors in sports betting.
Charlie McIntyre, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Sure.